I know you're passionate about your work and everything that you're involved in life, but let's talk about your true passion. Let's talk about music. What do you guys, I know, like we said, in a band called Brown Suede. They are wonderful. I've seen them perform probably 15, 20 times.
Yes.
But you guys aren't performing now, right? COVID has kind of closed that down.
Yeah, COVID is shut us down. We have done some performances. Back in June, we did a performance outside.
Uh-huh.
But it's just me and Chris, the lead singer. I haven't performed. We haven't pulled the entire band together since in a year.
Really?
Yeah.
So you just recently dropped a new EP.
Yes.
What's the name of that?
Brown Suede.
Okay, and did you not get the whole band together to record it, or?
No, what we did was we recorded it entirely in studio.
Okay.
My nephew, who is also, he's a producer, he's also an artist by the name of Otis Kane, produced the album.
Not Eddie Kane. Otis
Not
Kane.
Eddie Kane. No.
Okay.
He produced our EP. The modern recording process is very streamlined. You don't need a big studio.
I gotta imagine that music has changed a lot since you started to where
absolutely.
you are, what you're doing today.
Absolutely. When I started playing music when I was 12 years old, it was very organic. People got together, they'd rehearse in somebody's basement or somebody's garage. They would develop themselves. If they really were committed to it, then it became a lifestyle that they were all in on. And back then, you had music scenes. Like, Sunset Boulevard was a scene.
Right.
So all the musicians hung out. Everybody got discovered on Sunset,
Right.
or somewhere like that. Or, anywhere,
It's like the Central Avenue jazz scene back
Exactly.
in the 40s. Yeah.
You had Central Avenue. You had, in I think it was Cincinnati or Cleveland, where all the funk bands are from. I'm not sure which city in Ohio they're from, but they're all from. The majority of the funk bands from
That's
the
where
70s.
Sly Stone and all those, I think.
Well, I think they were, but so many more were from Ohio. Funk really was born in Ohio.
I see.
Bootsy Collins was from there.
Okay.
George Clinton.
I didn't realize that.
Yeah. Slave. The list goes on.
Okay.
Of funk bands. Roger Troutman.
Okay. Well, how would you describe you guys' music? It's not funk.
I don't really describe it.
Yeah.
I have a lot of influences. Growing up in LA the way I grew up, I was influenced by hip hop. I was influenced by, 70s and 80s R&B.
Punk rock?
Punk rock, not so much.
Okay.
Classic rock, yes.
Classic rock?
Yes.
Yeah.
Even disco.
Oh yeah. There's no way we weren't touched by disco growing up at that time.
Yes. Now, back to punk rock. Don't get me wrong. I was very aware of the punk rock scene, but I wasn't really all in with the punk rock scene.
Okay.
But again, getting back to my point is that you had these movements, and they were cultural movements around a particular style of music. And that kind of changed once, I'd say in the last 20 years, you don't have that anymore because music is now disseminated through digital platforms. People go to YouTube or to Spotify or somewhere like that to discover music and to consume music. So in a lot of ways, the human element and the bricks and mortar element that creates a culture
It's
is
been
missing.
removed. Yeah.
You know, and when I started Brown Suede about 11 years ago, you know, I came from this traditional, you know, you build a band up by the bootstraps, you know, you sleeping on people's floors, you know, whatever you got to do to make it. You know, I come from that mentality.
Okay.
And so when I formed the band, a lot of the people that I brought into the band they just had this idea, I just want to play and make money. I want to play my instrument, but I'm not committed to any band. I'm playing in 5 different bands.
Like a mercenary.
Mercenary,
Okay.
exactly, like a mercenary. And that mentality has made it very difficult to create a family.
It's like making a team.
Yeah,
They said they put that Clipper roster together, but those guys did not gel as a team, and they did not end up successful last year.
Right.
So I imagine it's similar to that.
It is in some ways. It's just, you know, every band I've ever loved, you know, they were like a family.
Right.
You know, I mean, you look at even Prince
Yeah.
and the Revolution. I
Right.
mean, yeah, he was the guy, you know, pulling all the strings, but it was still a band,
Right.
you know, and everybody was an entity within that band.
Right.
You know, one of my favorite rock bands, Guns N' Roses, same thing. You know, but by the same token, then, you know, it's a band is like a dysfunctional family. So eventually it implodes.
Right.
And that's why bands never last, because
Right.
everybody's got their own ideas of where they want to take this. And then that kind of pulls it apart.
It is hard to keep people's visions synchronized.
Exactly.
And I think that as far as like Drobe Stogies, the fact that it's just Ryan and I helps us go back and forth and make sure that we're seeing the same thing.
Yes.
Because we're trying to project what we want to build.
Exactly.
And in order to do that, we have to see the same picture.
Exactly.
So you guys got to want to go in the same direction creatively.
Yes.
Maybe that's why Miles changed up, who
I think
was with him every 10 years.
I imagine so.
Yeah.
I imagine so. I mean, it's really the same story. If you watch these documentaries on music and on different groups and different bands, it's like the same story over and over again.
Right.
You know,
Just different players.
different players, and you know, Chris and I, now it's really just Chris and I.
Okay.
You know, Chris and myself.
I love Chris. Chris is talented.
Yes, he is.
I mean, when you guys have performed here a few times, you guys did a surprise birthday party for me,
Yes.
and I was very gracious. But thank you.
Yeah.
Chris, he helped elevate the sound of your music, because I heard it before him.
Yeah.
And then I heard it since he's been at it, and it's really
Talented
taken
kid.
off. Yeah.
And he's gotten better. You know, we now, when we go and play live, which we haven't done in a while, we just hire a band.
I see.
I've got a good friend of mine, Red Alder,
Okay.
bass player, excellent bass player, who I go to him. I say, hey, Red, pull some guys together.
I need a
We're gonna
team.
do a gig.
Yeah.
He pulls them together.
Nice. So once this COVID thing is over, are you guys going to go out and do shows locally? Or are you going to
Oh, absolutely.
Okay. Okay.
Absolutely.
So you got to be itching, ready to go.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
You don't know.
You got to want to play.
You don't know.
An artist
Yes.
has to want to play.
Absolutely.
Okay. Well, I can't wait to hear the album. You guys can check it out on Spotify or Apple Music. Tell them the name again is Brown Suede. That's
Brown Suede, one word, and the name of our EP is Brown Suede.
Beautiful. I can't wait to hear it. I haven't even got to see the cover yet. Well, Ludlow, with you having your hands in so many different things, how do you manage your time? How do you divide? How do you choose where most of your time is allocated?
Well, Jakeem, I obviously family first. You know, work is obviously important, and I allocate the time that is required to work. But I don't allow myself to be a workaholic anymore. The music I don't consider that work. There was a time I did consider it work when I was going through a lot of drama with my band members.
Okay.
But, not anymore. That is truly a passion. And it's also something that like for any artist, it's a necessity. I don't, I'm compelled to do the music.
Right.
And, then for my downtime, well, before COVID, my downtime was coming to Drobe. It was my escape from the world.
Yeah.
And I'm really looking forward to when that day comes back.
Yeah. I know it's taken a big part out of a lot of people's routine.
Yes.
We wanted to create a space where people could get away and relax.
Yes.
Forget about the outside world for an hour, 2 hours, however long you could hang out.
Exactly.
And unfortunately, that's been interrupted just
Yes.
due to this COVID situation. But we can't wait till we're able to resume. Welcome you guys back. I mean, I live off the energy I get from you guys coming to visit and all the stories and the things that I learned from so many of you.
Absolutely.
So when the nation is reopened and you're in LA, stop by and get part of this vibe because it's contagious.
Yes, it is.
And it's not us just blowing our own horn. It's the camaraderie of this community that
Absolutely.
is so wonderful. And if I hadn't gotten into this business with Ryan, I would not have even been aware. I mean, I remember when I first came into the culture of the community, and I noticed that when someone came in to any establishment, any lounge that I went to, everybody spoke to them.
Yes.
And I remember kind of thinking, being hesitant, like, why do I have to speak to everybody?
Yeah.
But then I started to realize that I'm being welcomed in as a new person in this group.
Right.
And once I felt that love or that energy, I relish.
Yes.
It's wonderful.
Absolutely.
And it's not that you have to interact with everybody for 10 minutes or anything, but it's just acknowledging everybody and saying, hey, we're all happy to be in the same place, and everybody goes in their little areas and socializes with who they want to socialize with.
Absolutely.
So,
Absolutely.
yeah.
And more than that, it is a space that generates friendships. It generates business connections.
Yeah.
It's in some ways very much a community center.
Yeah.
I mean, you've had some amazing events here,
Oh, yeah.
amazing informative events on everything from managing money to health to police brutality. I mean,
We had a book club.
you had a book club.
Yeah, all of this is kind of on hiatus. Our Burn and Learn series went on hiatus when
Yes.
COVID came. So 2020, we've had none of this stuff.
Right.
It's kind of affected people's mental health in a way.
Yes.
You know, we are social
Absolutely.
creatures, and fellowship is very important to us on whatever level that we desire it.
Absolutely.
So yeah, I can't wait until we're
Can't
back and open and running. But I really enjoyed you joining us today, and I'm happy that you took the time to come out. And I hope that people will familiarize themselves with your music. Definitely, if you need a good lawyer, this is one of the best in LA. And I don't say that just because he's one of our members. I know many people or things that he's taken care of for people. So LUDLOW CREARY is a wonderful member of Drobe Stogies, and we thank him as a guest here today. I want to make sure that you guys continue to share our Drobe Stogies YouTube page, like and comment on things. If you have questions for him, put those there. LUDLOW, do you want to leave any information on how people can get in contact with you if they need your services or want you to represent them, want them to entertain them or anything, or just counsel them?
Well, you can find me, of course, on the internet. It's the law offices of Ludlow B. CREARY II. We're available essentially 24 hours a day. We check our messages to make sure that we're available because a lot of times people find themselves in legal predicaments at very inconvenient times. So we're always available. You can find us on the internet, and we're here to serve you.
Wonderful, wonderful. Well, thanks again, Ludlow. I really appreciate you, brother.
All right, brother.
You
too.
have a great day. You guys take care, everybody out there. We're signing off here from Job Stogies. We thank Ludlow CREARY for making a stop at the Stogie Shop. If you guys want to see something coming up on the show, then give us the comments. Let us know what you'd like to see. I think we're going to have a sommelier visit us here soon so that we can talk about some pairing fine drinks and alcohols with some of these great smokes. So long from Job Stogies. You guys stay safe, stay sound, and stay smoky.
The next song that we're about to do is just an old school love ballad that we wrote called The One. We hope that y'all enjoy it. Oh, yeah. I would sail the 7 seas with a chance to be you and me. I would walk 1,000,000 miles just so I could see you smile, yeah. 'Cause you've got me hooked. Yes, you've got me shook, baby, yeah. And if I could just have my way, I would love you every day. If only you would let me be the one. I promise you that I would never run. I'll be staying right here, babe, by your side. Let me be the one. If only you would let me be the one, yeah. I promise you that I would never run, no. I'll be staying right here, babe, by your side, yeah. I would cross the burning sands just so I could be a man. For you, my babe, I try my best to give you all of me and nothing less, yes. 'Cause you've got me hooked. Yes, you've got me shook, baby, yeah. If I could just have my way, I would love you every day. If only you would let me be the one. I promise you that I would never run. I'll be staying right here, babe, by your side. So let me be the one. If only you let me be the one, yeah. I promise you that I would never run, no. I'll be staying right here, babe, by your side, yeah. Hey. Na, 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 na. Cause you got me hot. Yes, you got me shook, baby, yeah. If I could just have my way, I would love you every day. If only you would let me be the one. Promise you that I would never run. I'll be staying right here, babe, by your side. So let me be the one. If only you let me be the one, yeah. I promise you that I would never run. I'll be staying right here, baby, by your side. We hope that y'all enjoyed the sound of Brown Suede.